everyone. My name is Farron Jacobs, and I am Lauren's editor, and this is Lauren Conrad. We're really excited that you all came here today. Sorry. And we wanted to do a little Q&A before we started the signing, and we have some questions in here that you guys wrote down, so we will answer those questions after. But Lauren and I have worked on a lot of books together. So
all of them.
So, you know, we thought it would be fun to just talk about some of the things that we think are fun to talk about, and the books. And also, you may not have read the book yet, so we wanted to tell you a little bit about the main characters. Do you want to tell them about our three lovely ladies in the fan game?
Sure. Well, we'll start with Madison.
There's a little.
I don't want to do that really terrible sound.
I was pressing nods.
It might be fine. I just don't have to like scream. She said it's everything. Is it okay? Alright, so we will start with Madison, who was in LA Candy, which was the first series that Farron and I worked on together. And I had a lot of fun with her because she is, she's definitely the mean girl. She's a view on basically the whole experience that's completely opposite to the one that I had. So it was a lot of fun doing it that way. And she's just someone who sort of manipulates the media, and she enjoys everything that comes along with fame. And she's a bit shameless, so it was fun. And she's kind of mean, but she's funny.
Kate.
Oh yes,
Tell about Kate.
Kate is a new character that we brought in, and she is very similar, if you read I Like Candy, to Jane Roberts. She is fresh-faced. She's not from LA. She's come to sort of pursuing a dream of singing, and not having much success at it. So she's very green and kind of learning along the way. She's a bit naive.
And then Carmen.
And then Carmen was fun because she was this rare breed of celebrity that was sort of born into the industry, where she has a mother who has had a very successful singing career, and her father is a music producer. So she's sort of doesn't know anything but this life. So it was fun to write from three different, very, very different perspectives. You know, in kind of the similar situations.
But the one thing we talked about is that the difference from this series and the first series is that all three of these main characters kind of want it. Like with Jane, she didn't really want it. It just ended in her lap, and then that ended one way. But all these characters want or think they want fame.
Yes, they're all chasing it in this one.
They don't always know what it means. Okay, so everyone always wants to know how close your books are to your real life. So how close is the new book to your real life?
The new book it's not as close because, you know, the first series sort of followed a story very similar to my own, and this one I kind of had to start from scratch. But as far as, you know, events that happen in the book and just sort of the things that go on, those are, you know, all kind of taken from my own experiences.
Yes.
And
When Lauren tells me a story, sometimes I'm like, that's going in the book. We just have to change around a few details.
Just a few.
All right, so in the fame game, two characters have a conversation about how much they've given up to pursue fame and what they might have done differently. If you hadn't been cast on Laguna Beach all those years ago, what do you think you would be doing now?
I don't know that you would have been able to work on a book with me. I hope so. I think I definitely would still be in the fashion industry. I probably wouldn't have had all the opportunities that I've been able to have. But I think I still would have been, you know, doing the same things. I just don't think I would have been as far along.
All right. When you're creating the love interests in your books, are you basing them on real guys from your life, or are you giving them qualities you wish the guys in your life had, or both, or neither?
I think both. Yeah, that's fun. I mean, and I think any girl would love to do this, where you're like, oh, I'm gonna make this handsome boy, and I'm gonna make him do this, and like, these things we dream the guys are gonna do for us, but like, no one actually does. And then you get to like, take out like your ex-boyfriend baggage, where you're like, oh, I'm gonna make this guy just like my ex, and he's gonna be terrible. Like, he's just gonna disappear from this storyline. So I think a little bit of both. I mean, there was definitely some that were meant to serve a very specific purpose, and I just had to kind of go with that. But yeah, there were a few in there that were inspired by past headlines.
All right, Madison doles out some sage red carpet advice to another character, Gabby, who never listens. When photographers encourage you to blow them a kiss, don't do it. Nobody looks good in that pose, she promises. Are there any other red carpet crimes you've seen and learned to avoid?
There's so many good ones. I think my favorite is like the over pose, which it doesn't look as bad in pictures, I don't think. I think it's when there's like a video of it. Do you know what I mean? Like in the photo, it's just kind of like that. But like when you're watching it in a video, it looks a little crazy. That or like the strange like duck face. Oh, that's what you're talking about? Duck face?
Yeah, duck.
Well, oh no, blood kisses. The duck face. It's a little strange. Or the like the carpet PDA, where they're either like they do the long gaze into each other's eyes, which is like it again doesn't look as strange in a photo, but like when you're there, there's like flashes and screams. Also, that's not an intimate moment. Like that's so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Couples with too much PDA. So don't do that, you guys. A lot of people tell me they love Madison Parker, whether it's that they love to hate her or they just love her. What do you think it is about Madison that makes her so compelling?
Well, I think that it's very easy to quickly hate her. But what was really fun about these these novels were an opportunity to humanize someone who, at first glance, is sort of an awful person. Which was kind of fun. You know, you get to kind of understand. It's not so much like, oh, she's a mean girl, she's shallow, she only cares about being famous, she's a bit of a sociopath. But you get to see, you know, she is this way and here's why, and you know, we get to get into her backstory.
Yes, and if you guys have read the book, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. If you haven't, you have something to look forward to. Madison gets human. Fun and funny. Okay, so you and I also just worked on a beauty book together. My braid proves it.
Yeah. We taught Farron the rope braid. I was really proud of her today.
Which is a totally different kind of process, but we were also working on both of these books simultaneously. Do you have a different mindset when you're working on something like the style guide or the beauty guide versus the novels? Like, is one more complicated than the other?
I think they're just so different. And I mean, you know, I think that with the novels, it's just words on a page, and there is the whole story arc, but it's, you know, you go through and you outline it, and you break it down, and then you're just going chapter by chapter and writing. With the beauty book, it was the same thing with the style book. It's just, you have to design every single page, and it's just, it's almost more tedious. It's once it's written, you're not done. It's like once it's written, then you're about halfway done. And with the novels, you know, you get to the last page, you have to edit and everything, but you know, the manuscript's done. So I think it's just a different process.
That's true. Lauren spent a lot of time at our offices over a cold weekend where they turned heat off. Because I work in corporate America, so they turned heat off on Saturday and Sunday, and I'm like, let's work at Harper offices. Come on, Lauren. And then I had to like give you a sweater and give you gloves. And
We were like wearing winter coats and gloves inside, and then we blew a few trying to space heaters.
So when you're looking in the beauty book, just remember that all of it.
There was nothing beautiful about the making of that book. It was like a mess. Oh, and then I had sat on my reading glasses on the plane that I had to wear the whole weekend, so they were like rubber banded to my head. And I remember at one point, like I was just so tired because I hadn't slept in weeks. There was like a tear rolling down my face, and I was like, I just want to be done. We made the deadline.
We did make the deadline, so that was coming out in the fall. Yeah, that was it for my questions. Now I'm going to turn to your guys' questions. All right. This one is from Marissa. She asks.
Where's Marissa?
Marissa.
Anywhere in here?
Marissa Farman.
Right here.
There you go. Marissa asks, the industry you're in is very cutthroat. How do you stay true to yourself when things get hard?
I think, I think this applies to a lot of different industries, especially fashion or entertainment. I think that there are things that you just have to love. I think they're meant to be cutthroat because if you're not 100% dedicated to what you're doing, it's really hard to hang in there. But I think that if you just really enjoy it and, you work hard, that you kind of get through the beginning, which is the rough part.
All right. This is from Brittany Mon. I think she's over there somewhere. Brittany wants to know what your greatest accomplishment in life was.
In life?
Or your greatest accomplishment in life, yes.
Oh God, life's like a...
Okay. Why don't I say the past few years?
The past few years, as far as career, I think it was LA Candy became #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. Just because that was just sort of validation for all the hard work. So that was a very big deal to me.
Good answer. She's not saying that just because I'm here. How did you do your hair? Rachel Dunn wants to know how you did your hair today.
Hi, quickly. I took a nap and I ran out of time to get ready, so I had to just curl it real quick.
Okay. This is from Javier. Javier wants to know how it was working for Kelly Catrone and what advice do you have for someone who aspires to be in fashion and also who loves you?
It was interesting. I think that she's really tough. She's a little bit crazy. But you know what? She's gotten really far in the industry, and I think you have to have thick skin. And I think that, the first time I ever met Kelly, she made me cry. So, that was great. And I just think, in a lot of ways, she prepared me for what I was going to do. And I think that's really nice. It's a lot. But, she's funny because she does have this, soft spot for people that work for her, where, all of a sudden, you'd be having a tough day, and out of nowhere, she's, give you, the best, most wonderful advice. And you're like, oh, where did that come from? I really like Kelly. She's fun. Now I don't work for her.
So you can appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Rob Fowler. Rob would like you to marry him.
I got asked to prom last week, so thank you. I feel like we just met, so marriage might be a lot, but these were so nice. Yeah, I think he's taken. Thank you. Very good. These are really pretty. Really nice colors.
All right, well, it's hard to follow that up, but we do have time for a few more questions. Let's see, what else do we have here? Jasmine Ruiz would like to know what your favorite clothing store to shop at is.
I'm such a lazy shopper. All my shopping's online. Probably it's probably just Barney's. That's a very exciting answer. You sounded really thrilled with that.
I like Barney's too.
Hey.
What's your advice Melissa Benuelos? What is your advice to get over an ex-boyfriend?
I mean, do you want the good advice or the bad advice? For me, I have really, really lovely girlfriends that are so good about, they take shifts. You know what I mean? You hear, actually, another one of my friends just went through a breakup, and you, have a calendar laid out, because everyone's got, their jobs now, so you're I'm gonna take Thursday, I think it's just lots of friend time. Lots of, going out, to bars with your girlfriends or just even having PJ parties. I know that sounds silly, but I think that's the best way.
It's true, and I witnessed you.
That or a really hot guy you meet.
Alright, we'll do two more. This is from Victoria Espinoza.
What? Is that Moana?
You worked at Team Vogue, and that's what I want to do. Do you have advice for any girls with the same dream?
Oh, I think as far as internships, I think you have to send out lots and lots of resumes, but I think you should take as many internships as you can. I was just trying to remember upstairs. I think I did 3 or 4 of them before I had an actual paying job. But they're just so great. It seems a little silly at the time because you're fetching coffee and making photocopies, but just to be in that environment and sort of, learning was really helpful for me, just to be exposed to it. So I know they seem really silly, but the internships do help.
Okay, final question from Maureen Lewin.
Somewhere here. Hi.
Have you thought about opening your own boutique?
Oh, no. I did years ago. I think that it's just the way everything's going. I would so much sooner do online. I think that it's easier. You can reach much more people. And
You do an online boutique.
yeah, I would do online boutique. I think not like a boutique. Yeah,
That's
online I would do.
You heard it here first. Online.
There we go.
All right. Well, I think we should get to the signing.
All right.
Because we have a lot of books to sign. Thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
using this chat.